Hi, and welcome to my live stream. I apologize for the technical difficulties. So please, if you could type something into the chat to let me know that you're on and you're able to see me, I would appreciate that. Um, Again, Alex Ivanov here. This is a free workshop on having you learn about the steps that I've taken to publish 7 different books. And okay, great. I'm glad it's working for you. So again, I'm going to review the 7-step process that I've used to publish books in the hopes that it can help you do the same. And when I'm talking about books, what I'm talking about is, like a physical book that you can hold in your hand. This is an example of one of my latest books on how to be a successful software engineer. About half of it is my own story of rising through the ranks in aerospace and defense, and the other half are just general tips anybody else can use. So we'll be taking you through that. So for those of you that stick around to the end, I've got an extra special bonus for you. I do have a checklist of the 7 steps that you can download from my website. Without further ado, let's get to it. So the very first step is coming up with an idea for your book and elaborating on the idea. What you'll see behind me here is a rather confusing diagram, but it is called a mind map, where in the center of the diagram, you're going to put the main idea that you're trying to elaborate on, and then you're going to draw branches, which are, various. So the example that I have here is in regards to the book that I'm actually working on right now. It's on working out, and this is an example of how, again, I myself started working out by going to the gym about 2 months ago, and I'm by no means an expert. But having met a wonderful trainer named Bailey, he was able to devise a workout routine that suits my needs. And so I'm going to publish a book about working out. And so the central idea here is working out. And then you draw branches to extend that idea. So for example, one of the branches would be picking a gym. Another branch would be the workout routine. Maybe yet another branch would be getting ready in terms of, figuring out what's a good time to go to the gym, getting the right outfit. So again, the skill is called mind mapping. It's really important that you practice the skill. And I love practicing, just a pen and paper and my iced coffee from Starbucks. So the first step is to brainstorm. So you're going to brainstorm your ideas, and you're going to end up with this spider diagram. And once you have a spider diagram, otherwise known as a mind map, you are going to grab the diagram and you're going to grab your cell phone. So regular cell phone, just about any cell phone has a video feature. So what you're going to do is you're just going to record videos, and it's okay if they're pointing at the wall. The point is to get your thoughts on audio. So this is the one step that's, been saving me a tremendous amount of time when it comes to getting ideas out of my head into a published book. I'm able to just talk into my phone. So you end up with anywhere from, 1 to X number of videos. In my experience, I would say that 60 minutes of audio is pretty good. But because the process that I've used involves self-publishing, there really is no hard and fast rule in terms of how big your book has to be. I've got numerous books here. So for example, I've got one book on how to get the most out of industry conferences. Lengthwise, this is my shortest book. It's about 50 pages. So 50 pages. And I will say that, putting your picture on the back and a description as to why people should care about learning this subject is definitely a good idea. But point being is that this is very small. And this is probably only maybe 20 or 25 minutes worth of audio. So you're going to speak your ideas into your phone. And once you have your videos, then you're going to start working with your extended team. Now, I've found my entire extended team on a website called Fiverr, like the word 5 with 2 R's on the end. And in my checklist, I include the members of my team, meaning that You don't have to do the legwork of finding out who they are. You can just click the link in the checklist and it'll take you straight to the person's page where you can order their services. Now, you might be asking yourself, Alex, I don't have hundreds of dollars to spend on publishing a book. Great news. It costs about $100, everything combined, to get your book out. I'd say between $100 and $200. And again, that's a one-time investment. From there on out, you have a wonderful looking book with, it has great graphics. You have the back here. And so anyways, so you're going to pay a transcriptionist. You're going to give them your video files, and in return, they're going to give you back a document that in essence becomes the first draft of your book. And now some of you might say, Alex, I really like to write. And if that's you, you could still use the process. You just wouldn't need to speak it into a microphone. So you could do, I still recommend that you come up with this mind mapping diagram. Now, if you're going to write, then it might actually make sense for you to do this on an electronic format, not on a piece of paper. So one of the apps that I really like is called Mindly. The word mind followed by an L and a Y. This is an app you can use on your phone. And I believe the free version comes with up to 3 mind maps. So you can just use the free version. And for the sake of, again, showing you how I would do this, I'm going to create an upcoming video that will become part of my class. I should also mention that I've got the checklist, which is free. And the class is something that I've put together with a lot more videos and a lot more in-depth information about how to go through each one of these steps. So the Mindly app is something you can do instead of the whiteboard. The benefit of using the app is that if you're going to write your book, if you create the mind map in an electronic format, for example, on the Mindly app or in your computer, you can export it in such a format that you could then import it into a writing tool, and the simple process of exporting and importing will create the whole entire outline for you. So outline, chapters, subchapters. So then all you have to do is just fill in the details, and that will save you a lot of time. So again, whether you prefer speaking or writing, I've done it both ways. Again, I have got seven books that I have used some variation of this process. For 6 of them, I went the route of speaking it and getting a first draft from a transcriptionist. But one of my most recent books on how to get the most out of the Meetup app, which is used for networking and meeting people, I actually used this very same approach, where instead of transcription, I just came up with an outline, and then I was able to expand and write the whole thing out without using the transcription services. So regardless of how you're going to do this, once you have a first draft, if you're doing this through a transcriptionist, you'll get back a Word document. If you are doing this yourself by writing it, you're going to need a tool to basically refine the first draft or write the first draft. Now, the tool I recommend is called Scrivener. This is a tool that I bought after realizing that in order to publish a book, and if you want to do it in multiple formats, in my case, it would be Kindle, where you can include hyperlinks, and prints. Because again, I can't stress enough how nice it is to be able to have a book in hand that you can just hand out to people and take with you to networking events. So Scrivener is my tool of choice. Again, the reason I bought it is because I wanted to save myself some money on coming up with the right format. In order to publish a Kindle book, it has to be in a certain format. And in order to publish a print book, it has to be in a different format. So you can certainly pay somebody, let's say $40, to give you your final manuscript in the right format. Or you could pay $40 yourself to download the Scrivener application, which works on both Windows and Mac, and just, again, follow the steps that I've outlined in my course with little video tutorials showing you exactly what to do. So you just import the document in. And again, if you're writing it, you can just get Scrivener and write come up with your book draft directly in the tool. So once you have the transcript and you have it loaded into Scrivener, you need to start coming up with a catchy book title. So I have put together one book title of my own, and for 6 others, I paid an expert. So again, the person I recommend in my checklist, I've worked with him numerous times. And so as of this recording, it's something on the order of $20. For $20, you get 5 catchy book titles and 5 subtitles. So what I mean by that is, for example, I've got this book called Produce, Publish, Promote. That's the name. And the actual subtitle is The Ultimate Guide to Publishing Your First Book. And again, so I highly recommend you invest in an expert's work in getting you your book title. Once you have the book title and you have your draft in Scrivener, for the Kindle book, you're going to want a cover. And again, I cannot stress enough how important it is for you to pay an expert to create a cover. Take it from me, I used Amazon's Wizard for coming up with your own cover image. Can you do it? Sure. Is it free? Yes. Will your cover attract attention and want somebody to click on it when they're browsing Amazon? Absolutely not, unless you're a graphics designer, which I'm not. I'm a software engineer. So I've got a wonderful graphics designer, which again is included in my checklist, that you can use where, again, somewhere on the order of $20 to $40, you can get a beautiful cover for your Kindle. Now for print, it's a little bit more advanced in that you need not only the image in the front, but you need possibly what goes onto the binding. So in order to have a binding, your book has to be 100 pages. And you also need what goes on the back. So this costs slightly more, but again, as of this recording, I think it's something like $40, where you get to work with a professional graphics designer to create, in essence, a masterpiece for you. Now, what he would need to know, or she for that matter, is the number of pages you have. So one of the last steps you're going to go through is you're going to create an Amazon Kindle Direct account. Now, this part is completely free. And when you go through the steps of uploading your books in the various formats, you're going to get a chance to choose the size of the books. So most of my books are 5 by 8. This is in inches. I think my very first book, which is how to use social media inside the walls of an organization to propel your career forward, this one is 6 by 9. But point being is that I like, having the binding on here, so you could have it in a bookstore or the library. And so when you ask the graphics designer to give you a cover, they're going to need to know how many pages your book is. And in order to figure this out, you have to go through Amazon and pick one of the sizes for what it's offering you. And then go back to Scrivener or whatever program you're using, and in essence, print the book to a PDF. So for the print book, you need a PDF file. And for the Kindle book, you need a Kindle file. One of the things you can do in Scrivener is there's a compile option. So after you've proofread your book or you've written it, then you're going to push the button for compile. And again, all of this is covered in detail in my class. And so then you have the Kindle formats, the print format, and all you got to do is just basically upload it to Amazon. And then you can click the button that says, I'd like to publish my book, which is very exciting. I know. I published my first book on December 31st, 2018. So again, 4 years later, I'm working on book number 8. And so that's basically all there is to it. You're going to, again, to recap, you're going to brainstorm, creating a mind map. Then you're going to record yourself. You're going to get a transcriptionist help to get your first draft. You're going to get a catchy book title, a great looking cover. You're going to compile everything in the right formats using Scrivener, and then you're going to upload it to Amazon. So that's as simple as it is. And again, to recap, you're going to get a link to my website where you can download the checklist. And for those of you that are interested in a little bit more hand-holding, you can buy a copy of my course. And if anybody is actually watching this live or a replay, if you send me an email with the word founder in it, I will give you the class for free. So go ahead and download my checklist. It'll ask you for your email. And once you have that, just reply back to my email with the word founder and that you'd like the course for free, and I'll give it to you. So that's all there is to it. Thank you so much. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.